part 3 of section 10.2. So this is where we're going to practice multiplying two radical expressions, but to be honest, we've kind of already done that in the previous, so it's just trying to reiterate what it would look like. So if I start with 2 square root of 7t times 3 times the square root of 14t squared, I'm going to multiply my like terms. So remember, your like terms are things with radicals, things without. So without a radical, I would times the 2 and 3 together. So that would give me 6. Then I'd multiply the things underneath the radicals together. So the whole numbers with whole numbers, the t's with the t's. So 7 times 14 is 98. Remember, when you're multiplying, we add these exponents, so this would become t to the third. So first step is condense it down and get it into one expression. My next step then is just like we've done before. I'm going to split this up. So I have 6 square root of 98 square root of t cubed. The 6 I don't do anything with, but I am going to simplify my square root of 98. So I broke it up as 2 and 49. 49 becomes 7 and 7. My pair is 7, so I have 1 7 that came out, and then my 2 will stay underneath my radical sign. My 6 is from the beginning, that doesn't have anything to do with it, so that's why I just drew it straight down so I wouldn't forget about it. Now I am going to simplify the t cubed, so I have 3 t's. I pair them up, so that means that I have 1 t that gets to come out of the radical sign, and then the other t needs to stay underneath. So then one more time I condense it down, so I do 6 times 7 times t, so that gives me 42t, and then the square root of 2t doesn't change. Let's try one more. So this next one just has numbers in it, so I multiply my like terms. 3 on the outside and nothing here just means it's going to stay 3 on the outside. I'm going to multiply 6 and 18 because they both have a radical, so that gives me 2 or 3 times the square root of 108. Then I'm going to split it up, so 3 stays there, doesn't change anything. The square root of 108 I would simplify, so I split it up as 2 and 54. 54 split it up to 6 and 9. 6 became 2 and 3. 9 became 3 and 3. So then I circled my pairs. So I have this 3 from the original problem, this 2 came out because it was a pair, this 3 came out because it was a pair, and then I still had my 3 left over that didn't get circled. So then I multiply them all together. 3 times 2 times 3 is 18, and then I still have my square root of 3. Okay, you try the next one on letter B. Okay, on letter B, I hope you multiplied it so you got 18a to the 4th. Then I hope that you split it up and did the square root of 18 and the square root of a to the 4th. So square root of 18 becomes 2 and 9. 9 splits up in 3 and 3. 3 is a pair, so that gets to come outside of the radical sign where 2 still has to stay underneath. Then I did the a to the 4th, so I wrote out 4 a's, paired them up. That tells me that I get to take out 2 a's from outside of my radical sign. So condensing it, I would have 3a to the 2nd because you add those exponents, and then the square root of 2. Alright, one more problem. If you want to try it on your own, you can. Otherwise, I'm going to go through it together. So you want to multiply your like terms. So you would have 21 on the outside, and then underneath your radical you would have 100x to the 6 because you're going to again add those exponents. Then I'm going to split it up, so I have 21 square root of 100 square root of x to the 6th. I'm going to split up that 100, so I have 10 and 10, and then each of them split up to 2 and 5. So this ends up being a nice pair, so the 2's come out, so I have 1, 2. I have 1, 5 that comes out, and everything got circled, so there would be nothing to put underneath the radical sign. Then I split up my x to the 6th. I ran out of room going this way, so I wrote it up and down. So I wrote out 6 x's, paired them up, showing you that I had 1 x from each pair that came out, and then I just multiplied. So I did 21 times 2 times 5 is 210. 3 x's here means I would have x to the 3rd. Notice that I did not have anything underneath the radical sign because every time that I did this, everything paired up with a buddy. Okay, so that's the last part for this section that we'll do before we move on to the division part of simplifying radicals.